Terroedome will be giving you my top picks for the week 1 matchups. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. This week we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Miami Dolphins. Miami still searching for key pieces on both offensively and defensively side of the ball. And to me, Tannehill is not the answer at the quarterback position. In this matchup, I'm expecting a big game from Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton and wide receiver Calvin Benjamin. I think that there are too much for that Miami Dolphins secondary. My pick for that game will have to be the Carolina Panthers. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions versus the LA Rams. To me, I'm looking forward to seeing the LA Rams front four dominate the Detroit Lions line. Get at Matthew Stafford early, get him uncomfortably, get Gurley going. I'm expecting a big run game. Ty Gurley rushing for over 100 yards. My pick for that game will have to be the Rams defense dominating the Detroit Lions. Next matchup, we have the New York Giants versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, if they could find a way to shut down Odell Beckham Jr. and play a balanced offensive game as far as running the ball and passing it, I think they'll give the New York Giants some trouble. My pick in that game will have to be the Arizona Cardinals. Next up, we have the Browns versus the Bears. The Browns made key moves this offseason, acquiring a beautiful draft class. I'm looking forward to seeing him put that draft class to good use. My pick in that game will have to be the Cleveland Browns. Next up, we have the Jets versus the Broncos. To me, the Broncos defense is hungry and it's aggressive, coming off a dynamic finish last year. I think that he'll pick up right where he left off at and dominate the Jets. To me, the Jets just does not have enough answer as far as offensively to keep up with the Denver Broncos. My pick for that game has to be the Denver Broncos dominating the New York Jets. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New England Patriots. This is two teams that both made it to the playoffs last year and showed that they could get the job done, but both teams also fell short. To me, this is a statement game. You have a young, talented cornerback Ramsey, and you have a beast, a monster Gronk at tight end. To me, I would have to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their defense looks young and it looks like it's ready to get the ball rolling and get the Jacksonville Jaguars right where they left off last year. Next up, we have the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. To me, this is not a question. The Steelers is going to pick up and get that high power offense clicking just like they did last year. I'm expecting a big game from both Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. Big Ben's going to do what he do. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to dominate and tear up and shred up that Cincinnati Bengals secondary. Big Ben going for four touchdowns, baby. Tune in. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. To me, this is my game of the week. Last year, this was the NFC Championship game. There's going to be some blood, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there's going to be some blood. Oh, did I fail to mention that this is also a divisional game? Yes, week 1 rematch of the NFC Championship and also a divisional game. To me, if the Eagles stick to the blueprint, they got them to the Super Bowl and got them over that hump to hoist that trophy at the end of the year, I think that they will have just enough to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys. But to me, this might be a shocker, but I think the Dallas Cowboys have figured it out. Yes, my upset pick is going to be the Dallas Cowboys dominating with a strong run game to get them over the hump of the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen. Next matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To me, this is the defensive matchup, low-scoring game. But my pick would have to be the Bills starting off 1-0, getting that ball rolling, baby. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Houston Texans. The 49ers, to me, is the unsolved puzzle that's still looking for pieces. I know that the 49ers are still searching for the pieces, and he doesn't have the pieces that he wants, but it's going to be a long day for the 49ers in Houston, baby. Fuller does not have DeAndre Hopkins no more holding them back. I think that he's going to embrace the #1 wide receiver role and have a big game, baby. My pick for that game is the Houston Texans, baby. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Redskins. To me, the Falcons looking to bounce back from a season that we're not used to seeing the Falcons have, baby. I think that they're going to get that Falcons nest popping big game, baby, from Julio Jones and Nasty New controlling that defense and dominating the Redskins. My pick for that is the Atlanta Falcons. Next up, we have the Seahawks, baby, versus the Saints. Defense wins championships, and the Seahawks has a lot of that. But they're going to New Orleans, baby, where Brandon Cook and Drew Brees tend to play amazing together. Yes, I'm going to make another upset pick. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints with that perfect duo over the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, we have the Ravens versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs missed out a lot last year in the league, but this year, like, he seemed to be back on track, seemed to be focused. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with that high-powered defense. I see him shutting down Perriman and bringing it home, baby, back to Kansas City, baby. Next up, we have the Packers versus the Vikings. The Vikings was very stingy last year, led the league #1 defense. They acquired a beast at the wide receiver position, DeAndre Hopkins. I think if he can keep the Packers, bring that same aggressiveness back this year with the #1 defense, and get that offense clicking, he will overpower the Packers in week 1. My pick for that game is the Minnesota Vikings. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have a perfect duo with Dorsett and T.Y. Hilton. I'm looking for a big air game from them, and I'm expecting them to tag team the Tennessee Titans secondary, baby. My pick for that game will be the Indianapolis Colts. Make sure y'all tune in. Y'all can tune in every week to get Terroedome picks. I'm out, baby. Woo!